Hello. Welcome back to Donny Plays Ace Attorney. I'm kind of freaked out right now because nothing has happened to the stream yet. And I'm kind of just bracing myself for that eventuality. But hey, I shouldn't be doom and gloom about it, right? Oh hey Intelligency, welcome to the stream. I am doing just great. I'm ready to finish this case. It has been a long, winding road. Everything from the past games is coming to light, and I'm just ready to see what's going down.
Oh, good morning. Oh, are you by yourself?
Morning, Pearls.
Well, Miss Donny, please tell me what's going to happen with Mystic Maya.
I'm sorry, we don't know yet. The investigation is still going on, so I wasn't allowed in the inner temple.
Oh, I see.
Oh, poor Pearls. It's only been 5 minutes. Give it an hour or two, something will crash. The thing is that it usually crashes at the very beginning and then never at all these days. That's the pattern these days, but yeah, I'll give it like 5 more minutes before it crashes. My game capture is working for some reason again. I didn't do anything to make that happen though. It's very interesting, my stream. It's so unpredictable.
So, is Sister Iowa still trying to remove those twig locks in the training hall?
No, she's the defendant in the case, so she can't be at the inner temple. She's required to be here in court, making her a liar.
Then how come she's not here in the defendant lobby?
I have to admit, it's kind of strange. Who's saying that? If you're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor's office? Ah, I figured it was Edgeworth. Edgeworth, I didn't do my makeup. Why are you here? What's Iris doing over there? She's going over today's testimony with the prosecutor as we speak. Today's testimony? You heard me. Iris is going to be testifying as a witness for the prosecution. What? Isn't she being, isn't she my defendant? The prosecutor is squeezing her for a confession, or so I heard. Francisca Von Kahn, what are you up to? I don't think Francisca is going to be the... Yeah, I know what you're thinking. But Francisca isn't going to be the prosecutor today. I don't... Yeah, it's obviously Godot. He hates our guts. Who else would it be? Godot. Godot. My best friend. Francisca is engaged in some important work at the Sacred Cavern.
The Sacred Cavern? You don't mean that she's...
Exactly. She's been out there all night trying to remove those trick locks. With the head nun's assistant, naturally. We estimate that the last of the locks should be taken care of in about 3 hours. Oh, they're actually figuring out the locks. I hope everything continues to go smoothly and receive some good news soon. Yeah, thanks, Edgeworth. Prosecutor Godot intends to nail this case shut today. Be prepared to fight like there's no tomorrow. You don't have to tell me that. I'm Mr. Fight to the end. Touché. I can already see it in your eyes. As I gaze into your eyes, I can see the fighting spirit I love so much. You're not the same fever-ridden frantic maniac you were yesterday. You're a completely different person than you were yesterday. It's strange. On the way here, I decided that today would be the end of all this. Almost immediately after I made that decision, I felt myself getting stronger. Interesting. Maybe you've passed your cold on to someone else, literally. And with that, I leave the rest in your capable hands. Partner. Thanks, partner! Aw, he's so cute. Edward is so cute. I still don't have the... He's like a good example of a tsundere, actually becoming softer. Because usually in anime, the tsunderes just be more tsundere no matter what. I still don't have the answers for most of the riddles plaguing this case. The circumstances around the murder of Miss Elise Dawson Miss Misty Faye. Impossible flight Larry claims to have seen. Do I really have to think about this? This is like the red herring for me, like every time I bring this thing up, everybody's like, what is that thing? It's not even, it can't even be considered art at this point in time. And what the woman in what already messing up my lines. I love it. What that woman is really after. I will solve them all and bring this whole tragedy to an end. It's been like a week. Let's see if I remember anything. Hey Godot, my guy. My coffee drinking freak. Or hey, it's my judge. That's my judge. A friend of mine said that nobody dislikes Edgeworth, and I can see that. How can you? He just has a great character arc. He's like he's a good prosecutor, and nobody in the game dislikes Edgeworth either. Everybody's just like, what a handsome man, or what a great prosecutor. Even Gumshoe just can't help. Okay, so court is now in session for the trial of Iris of Hazakura Temple. The dot. Oh, Your Honor. What are you? Who? Me? Well, my little brother came to visit me in my chambers earlier this morning. All of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, he developed a scorching fever and fainted. Therefore, I'll be standing in for him. Oh, wait a second. Oh my god, okay. So the other judge is his little brother? I see, Your Honor. So they're brothers, that explains a lot. Does that mean he's Canadian? Too? My poor brother, he looked a bit pale, not to mention sad that he couldn't be here. I hope he briefed you a little bit on this case. I don't want to explain all this nonsense to you again. Is it impossible to predict what the future has in store for any of us? It's precisely why people feel the need to judge the past. And if we, the court, have been charged with its solemn duty of passing such judgment. Well said, Mr. Godot. I understood exactly what you said, at least up until the end anyway. Now then, Mr. Godot, please proceed with your opening statement. Humans are fragile, fickle beings. Our hearts change with the shifting of the tides. There's only one thing that remains a constant in this crazy world. The bitter darkness that lies at the bottom of this mug. So then you mean, forget it, what do you mean? During yesterday's trial, the accused refused to admit her role in the crime. But today, she has had a change of heart. Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple has a confession to make. Confession? Oh, the defendant. Oh, my. Nobody told me that. I'm just the attorney here, and, well, anybody want to tell me that? Yeah, why didn't she discuss this with me first? Hello? Very well. This court will now hear the defendant's confession. Shut up! Let me cross-examine your stinky little confession, you idiot. Making my life hard for what? I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules.
My name is Iris. I am but a simple nun undergoing training at Hazakura Temple.
Witness, is there something that you want to confess to?
Yes, but first, I want to apologize to Mr. Wright. I can't continue lying to everyone anymore.
It's alright. What is it?
Mr. Wright, I have to admit that I did play a part in this terrible incident.
Oh, are you actually confessing? Really? Like for real? Are you saying that you were the one who murdered Miss Elise Doxenham?
No, I'm not, Your Honor. But I dealt with the cover-up after the murder took place. After her spirit left, I took the lifeless shell of Mystic Elise and carried it to the Hazakura Temple courtyard, where I desecrated it.
Oh, so she's the freak that made it look like that. Oh my god. What? Well, you know, you didn't say you were guilty of the murder. I still have to figure that out. Order in the court. Oh my goodness, witness. Are you saying you were an accomplice to the murder?
Yes, that's correct.
I mean, I kind of figured with everything happening. 3 minutes in court and I'm already covered in a cold sweat. Everyone on the planet is an accomplice to something. Just happens to be that in this case, it's a murder.
What isn't it?
Isn't that right, Mr. Trite? Grr, that goes Dot. Always calling me Trite. Who do you think you are? So this is the confession they were conferring about. Pains me to say this. It looks like Iris's testimony was all a lie. Oh, okay. Thanks for nothing, Iris. Now then, little lady, if you don't mind, I've got a question for you. Whose crime were you trying to cover up by your actions? Yeah, tell us who the heckin' murderer is, you idiot. Defendant? You defendant. Now I'm definitely up the creek without a paddle or a life jacket.
I've been at Hazakor Temple ever since I was a little girl. Hazakor Temple is run by one of the branch families of the Karen tradition. One of our missions is to protect the main family.
I'm sorry, but the main family? What is this, the feudal area?
Yes, and that's why I would dirty myself, if need be, to protect her. The daughter of the master of the current channeling technique. Mystic Maya Fey.
Of course. So everybody always wants to accuse Maya of murder. Ever since I met this girl, it's she murdered that one, she murdered this one. She hasn't murdered anybody. Come on. I thought he was gonna spit it out. Wake up and smell the coffee, Trite. She's naming Maya? Gosh darn it, Maya. Even in that cave you managed to murder somebody. Order in the court. So not only did you witness the murder, you know the name of the murderer.
I'm terribly sorry, but it's true. I saw her commit the crime with my very own eyes. It's so true. And then I cleaned up the area to try to protect her.
That's ridiculous. Maya could never... The defense will refrain from commenting until the appropriate time. Now, witness, let's hear your testimony. What exactly happened on the night of the crime?
Yes, Your Honor.
I thought I was prepared for the unexpected, but I never imagined the case would wind up going in this direction. How could you not? Everybody thinks Maya killed somebody. Everybody who ever saw Maya looks at her and thinks, that's definitely a murderer right there. I can't believe Maya's a murderer for the 4th time.
I went to the inner temple that night and I saw it all happen in the garden. I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with her staff. Why in God's name would Mystic Elise strike Maya with her staff? It's literally like her daughter. While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike. Mystic Maya tried desperately to defend herself and stole the weapon. It was only in self-defense. You can't blame her for it.
It's always in self-defense with Maya. So it wasn't self-defense.
Yes, Mystic Elise was the one who attacked first.
I don't believe a second of that nonsense, stupid little defendant.
That's why I tried my best to protect Mystic Maya.
She just wants to make herself look good, even at this point in time. This whole family is so sus, bro. You moved the victim's body to the temple so that Maya wouldn't be suspected. Isn't that right? Not bad. Got the instincts of a true criminal. Something's not quite right. I'm sure it was established yesterday that Iris never went to the inner temple that night. And the person who did go was that woman. Iris even admitted it. Oh, thank you for reminding me, Barrett. Thank you very much, Phoenix. I didn't remember that. Now then, Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. Thank you, Your Honor. I smell bullshit. Okay, but did you have a testimony about this? Hello? You threw out her testimony because for what reason? I don't know, actually. You're annoying. You're all annoying. I'll just press her on this point. I don't have any evidence. Sister Iris, your testimony has changed quite a bit since yesterday. You stated yesterday that on the night of the murder, you didn't go to the inner temple. Did she now? Too bad for you, what she said yesterday doesn't mean much today. By the way, where were you when she claimed that she didn't go? I was in the Inner Temple's training hall. Private conversation between the two of you does not constitute testimony. That would be properly described as hearsay. What do you have to say, witness?
I just couldn't tell him the truth all that time. Mystic Maya, she's your girlfriend, isn't she?
Who are you, Pearl? Who are you talking about? Huh?
I didn't want to be the one to break it to you that I saw her commit murder.
What's happening? There, we all understand how difficult this is for you. Now then, let's continue with the testimony. What did you witness in the temple's garden?
Well, Your Honor.
Why didn't Phoenix... I guess Phoenix didn't feel like denying it. It's just like... I guess with this assumption, he can continue. No, that's Delilah. Oh, is this Delilah? No. Wait a second. Is this Delilah? Would that make sense? Would she's... What is... No, Delilah was killed by the state. She's not alive. Okay. Right? This... Oh my god. No, you made me question if this even is... like... Iris or Delilah. Maybe it's just... You're making me question things now. How did you see that? Okay. This is all very sus. You're saying that the victim attacked Maya, I mean Miss Faye.
Yes, it was truly a frightening scene. Mystic Maya was struck hard on the head and looked like she was going to collapse.
What were you doing at the time?
Being a sussy little baka.
Why didn't you stop them from fighting?
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I was frightened. I couldn't move. Couldn't even speak. I was in such shock.
That's perfectly understandable, my dear. Doesn't sound right. I don't believe this testimony for a minute. Not even a second. What happened after that? What was this fatal strike? I guess I have to press all of this because it's all lies. I can't really... It's all lies, but I need something to prove. She proved movement to deliver the final strike?
Yes, I'm sure of it. She threw down her staff and reached into her robe for a weapon.
Wait a minute. What was this weapon?
It was some kind of dagger.
A dagger, huh? And Elise Oxium tried to stab her with this weapon. To kill Miss Faye?
Yes, exactly.
Huh. You look like I did after I mistakenly took a swig of Worcestershire. Don't make me say it. Worcestershire. Worcestershire? Don't make me say it. Worcestershire sauce. Dang it. Do you have a problem with the testimony we're hearing from your client, lawyer boy? Do I have a problem with Iris's testimony? Yeah, there is one little thing. Your Honor, I have a small problem with the witness's testimony. You do? But this witness is your own client. Yeah, well, nevertheless. That's fine. Witness, let's add your last statement to the testimony.
Yes, sir.
Hey, just a moment. It's my job to say that. Shut up, old man. I mean, listen, Gramps. I will say it again. Final judgment will be rendered by me. Okay. Okay, now, let's continue. Oh man, he's so cool. And unfortunately, he is still very cool. Okay, here's where I can basically just be like, shut up, stinky little idiot. Stinky little baka? I can say that. If this Iris is somehow Delilah, I will literally open my eyes slightly wider for a second. The shock and awe of it all. Hell yeah, baby. I can't believe I can use this, like, immediately. Sister Iris, there's something strange about your version of events.
Huh?
Miss Oxenham throwing her staff away makes no sense at all to me.
But all you can do with a staff is hit someone.
Naturally, you wouldn't know this, Sister Iris, but the victim's staff had a special feature about it. As you can see, it's a sword. If Elise Oxen really had wanted to kill Maya Fey, she wouldn't have needed to use a separate dagger. Not when she already had a beautiful blade in her hands already. I mean gorgeous. Have you seen the craftsmanship on that thing? Well, Sister Iris, what do you have to say? That was an impressive bit of investigating, Trite. I never would have thought there was a sword hidden in that staff. But even so, how should I put this? A long sword is unwieldy and thus quite ineffective in close quarters combat. But that's why she chose a dagger over her blade. Are we just gonna dissect her fighting style? She's an old lady, bro. What are you talking about? Well, anyway, the type of weapon she chose to use isn't what's important. The important thing is that she tried to kill Maya Fey. As long as there's nothing strange about that, there's no problem with her testimony. But there's something strange about this whole testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, the prosecution has a point, I guess. Very well, Your Honor. The defense will now present evidence to back its argument.
Mr. Wright.
I have here another piece of evidence that shows that this testimony can't be trusted. You do? Okay. Cousin Celia will never attempt to take the life of Maya Fey because she is her dear, precious, beautiful mother. This so? Where is that? Right. At least Auction would never have attacked Maya Fey.
How can you be so sure?
Because the victim's real name was not Elise Auctionum. Her real name was Misty Fey. Fey?
No, Misty Fey.
Now, who is this Misty Fey? Is she related to... Misty Fey is a master of the Kirin channeling technique. She is also the mother of Maya Fey. Are you serious? Wow, it's all coming out. I didn't expect this to happen until like the very end, honestly.
Is it really true, Mr. Wright? Was Elise Oxenham actually the great mystic Misty?
There's no doubt about it. Looks like Iris had no idea. Her little sussy baka brains didn't put it together.
I can hardly believe it.
The idea that she would try to kill her own daughter, one she hasn't seen in 17 years. Perhaps the prosecution can offer some explanation for why she would do such a thing. Well. Order in the court. Upon first hearing the witness testimony, it seemed natural enough. However, in light of the facts that have just been presented, one, that the victim supposedly threw away a sword during a fight, and two, that the two people battering him to the death were mother and daughter. Despite the facts being believable when taken on their own, when taken together, the entire story seems difficult to believe. Listen, there's nothing in this world that's impossible, except for one little thing. Dude, yes, what's this one little impossible thing? Ha! You still don't get it. You think maybe my beans are under-roasted, but you have no idea, Gramps. Could you get to your point? I heard this witness confession this morning. Just as I had taken the first sip of my 8th cup of morning coffee. You're gonna ruin your health, my friend. Anyway, after hearing this woman's confession, I had a detective who loves to investigate sent to the scene of the crime. And he discovered this little beauty. Ah, Beans, are you kidding me? What are you talking about? Get this away from me. Is that the dagger the witness testified to seeing? Obviously, Your Honor. But do you not notice something else? And now that you mention it, if you look closely, there appears to be blood on it. Oh dear. Well, where did you find that? I didn't see that when I investigated the crime scene. Ha! Did you investigate the pine tree at the crime scene? The pine tree at the crime scene? What are you talking about? This dagger was stuck on the backside of the pine tree, just outside your gaming peripheral, when the last blow was struck, ending the violent battle between the two women. This little bait was thrown in the direction of the back of the pine tree. That could have been planted, which means the blood on this dagger belongs to the victim, correct? Ha! Were you even listening, old man? I first heard this confession this morning, just as I had taken that first sip of my 13th cup of morning coffee. Didn't you say it was your 8th just a few minutes ago? I didn't have enough time to get the blood analyzed on such short notice. Oh, well, whose blood is it? Why are you putting that into evidence? You don't even know what it is. Baka. In any case, the court will accept the dagger as evidence. Furthermore, I order that a blood test be performed on it immediately. This is my sweetheart. Make sure you treat her right. Bailiff, get this hunk of drug into the crime lab for testing immediately. Now then, testimony we just heard has numerous unbelievable aspects to it. However, after having found the very dagger the witness spoke of, I believe we can consider her testimony to be credible. You girls never lie, ever. Wow, he really said that, huh? Are you stinky brained as well, sir? Or what's wrong with you? No, shut up, Intelligenti, not true! What are you talking about? How many weapons are going to be in this case? I have no idea. 5, 15, who knows? Oh my god. Can't believe this. In any case, witness, if you would please testify to the court again.
About what, Your Honor?
About the incident you saw, the battle between the two women.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you sure they weren't just going for a hug? You never seen a hug before?
Mystic Maya stumbled briefly after being hit over the head with a staff. But then she dodged Mystic Ellie's attack and stole her weapon.
Why would she then try to stab somebody?
Suddenly, Mystic Elise was the one on the defensive, with her back to the stone lantern. That's when Mystic Maya stabbed Mystic Elise. Mystic Elise managed to fling the knife away, but then she collapsed.
That doesn't make any sense. That was a very heartbreaking story.
I don't know if there were any bad feelings between them, but it had been 17 years since Misty's disappearance. Perhaps they simply didn't recognize each other anymore.
That seems reasonable, I mean, I guess. And now then, Mr. Wright, proceed with your cross-examination! Yes, Your Honor. Ugh. I know Maya would never do something like that. Maya's a cute girl too. If she were here, she'd say she didn't do it. Is she lying? Who's lying then? No one ever believes freaking Maya. I mean, she's a petty thief, but she's no liar. I'm trying to look at this like, Maya? I don't think so. Maya would never. Somebody is trying to pin it on her. They took her clothes and they tried to pin it on her. What if Maya comes here and confesses? Maya always comes here and confesses! Listen, Maya always thinks it's her fault. Everybody's like, oh, you did it. And Maya's like, I did it? And they're like, uh-huh. And she's like, oh, man, that sucks. What are you gonna do about it? she believes everything. If someone told her she did it, she's gonna be like, oh, I probably did it. I don't know. this is like the fourth time I've been accused. I had to have done it one of these times. Man. Okay, this last part doesn't make sense, but I'm gonna just keep going on everything here. What happened to the victim staff then?
I'm not sure. The area was very dark, so I really couldn't see. I think it got knocked away somewhere as the fight escalated.
That makes sense. That would explain the need for the dagger.
Mystic Elise raised the dagger to strike, but Mystic Maya dodged it at the last second. It was epic. The dagger struck the lantern and fell to the ground. And at some point, Mystic Maya picked it up.
Nothing sounded especially strange yet. What did the victim do when the weapon was stolen from her? Okay. All this sounds very sus. You're saying Maya Fey turned the tables on the victim?
Yes? But Mystic Maya wasn't herself at the time. After all, her life was in danger.
I still can't believe it. The idea of Maya cornering someone at knife point, it's just silly. It's just preposterous. As they say, a cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal. I believe the correct description of a cornered fox is scared and petrified. Your animal analogies have grown tiresome. You were the one who started it. Anyway, children, so after Maya Fey back the victim into the stone lantern, what happened next? Oh, come on. Fling the knife away. Does this make sense to anybody? God. Are you absolutely certain that's what you saw?
Yes, I'm almost certain.
Almost.
The garden was dark. I couldn't really tell who was who.
What did she just say? So in other words, it could have been someone entirely else. Entirely. We know that Maya Fey was at the Inner Temple that night, and that woman that was killed was Elise Doxenham. Isn't it fairly obvious who attacked who? I don't have anything to counter that yet. Well then, witness, please continue with your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor. The two of them faced each other for a moment. Mystic Maya rushed straight into Mystic Elise, and then Mystic Elise doubled over and fell to the ground.
So she was stabbed in the stomach, huh? So sad.
Yes.
Is that, okay, wait, is that what it said in the autopsy? Where's the autopsy? Okay, hello. Hi, everybody. This is Bright Eyes Donny. Seeing that the autopsy report says she was freaking stabbed in the back. Hello? Where do I have to put this? Where do I have to put this? Did you read the autopsy report, Iris, you stinky little baka? Where do I have to put this evidence? I'm sure I'll get it wrong where I have to put this thing. But I'm right. Oops. Oh, shoot. Yeah, the very idea of Maya stabbing something... she can only eat hamburgers. That's her only thing she can do. Okay, I'm gonna put the autopsy here. I don't know if this is right. Who cares? I'm right. Ha 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 ha! Something about you just isn't right today, Iris. Huh? Until now, I didn't think you were the type to make such a careless mistake. However, the testimony you just gave contains quite a few contradictions.
What do you mean? What's so wrong about my testimony?
According to you, Maya Fey stabbed the victim while she had her back to the stone lantern, correct?
Yes, that's right.
But in that case, the victim would have been stabbed in the stomach, right? Yes, I think so. I didn't read the autopsy report. I didn't do anything. I'm just here. But according to the autopsy report, the cause of death was due to blood loss from a stab wound in her back. Let's forget the victim was stabbed from behind, not from the front. Sister Iris, it appears another seed of doubt has sprouted from your testimony.
Wow.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright? What, me? What are you talking about? That's her! Ha! It's simple. People are like books. We've got a front and a back. You get my drift. Bro, shut up. Shut up. You're so stupid. Is that all you have to say? I can also say that darkness loves to play with the human mind. No. Could you please knock it off with the cheesy proverbs and illogical metaphors already? The point is, too much of this testimony just doesn't make sense. Throwing away a useful staff, the people fighting being the mother and daughter, and now she falsely claims the victim was stabbed in the stomach. There certainly are some inconsistencies. Well, Iris, how about it?
Well, it's just...
If you ask me, you're just being too naive about the whole thing. What do you mean? What do you mean, idiot? Stop drinking your coffee! That's like your 15,000 cup today! There are 253 distinct types of bitterness in coffee. But to pick out each one requires total concentration and the use of all the senses. Are you really concentrating on what the witness actually said? Prosecutor, could I explain yourself? I don't get it. Witness was quite unambiguous about her own ambiguities when she said the garden was dark and she couldn't see clearly. Ay, brother. A human needs one thing to see clearly, and that is light. Dang it, are you saying that if I didn't press her on that, wait. If I didn't press her on that, would I not have this situation right now? It's a very complex trial. By the way, did you know? Sakura has a rule on nights when an acolyte is at the inner temple training. Stone lantern in the garden must be kept lit. Okay, what are you trying to do? Are you countering yourself or what? I did wonder what the stone lantern was there for. Well, if that's true, shouldn't the witness have been able to see the crime more clearly? Normally, yes, Your Honor. But according to the head nun, Sister Bikini, on night of the crime, it was impossible to light that stone lantern. Impossible? It hadn't been used in a long time, and the wick was no good. In other words, it have nearly been pitch black in the garden that night. There could have been a faint light coming from the training hall, but that's all. Most enlightening. Why did you say any of it? Yes, that illuminating fact has chased all the contradictions away. The staff was dropped. It would be difficult to see. It also explains why they didn't recognize each other. If it was like if the dagger was dropped, how did Maya even find it in the snow? We can't see demons that lurk in the night. That's why humans are weak. Isn't that right, Trite? No, Phoenix. Phoenix used his logic against it. If it was dark, how could anyone see anybody? How could she have picked up the dagger that was supposedly thrown away so quickly? You know what I mean? Like, here, Your Honor, let me present the stone lantern of evidence. Maybe it'll rekindle the flame of truth in your mind. He's just picking and choosing what he wants. This is so ridiculous. The lantern from the inner temple garden was not lit the night of the crime. Why is the judge just sitting there with that look on his face? What's wrong, Your Honor? Was that flame too hot? This lantern, there's something written on it. Written? I don't see anything. I don't know what you're talking about. Why is it's written in blood? Oh boy. The judge didn't know about that yet. Written in blood. What? How did you not know? I guess his eyes don't really work that well. But come on. It says Maya upside down. What the?
Oh yes, that's right. I forgot about that. After being cornered and being stabbed by Mystic Maya, Mystic Elise didn't fall down right away. She must have written that on a stone lantern behind her, I don't know, with the blood that was draining out of her body. Of course. I didn't see any of it. I'm just gonna assume that.
It certainly looks that way. We can all just assume that. Hang on just a minute. What are you all talking about?
Are you colorblind, you fool?
What do you mean, what are we all talking about?
We're all talking about the message written in blood.
Nonsense. There's a lantern. It's as clean as a whistle. Could it be?
You can't see the bloody writing at all? Oh, I think of it. You did say something to me yesterday. Yeah, he said his eyesight was bad. I cannot see the color red. That's kind of not very good. With these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. Yeah. That's what he meant by that.
In any case, this is obviously an important clue. We now know that the crime scene was dark, and that the victims were all his matches on the stone lantern. That Mr. Godot just can't freaking see, I guess. Well, Mr. Godot, anything further? Mr. Godot? What? Okay then, let's move on.
So I was really shaking, and somehow I don't think it's from the caffeine overdose. Man's dying again. IDK, maybe Misty was a big Ayame fan? Ayame? I don't know who that is.
I believe it has now been established that Miss Duxinum was killed by Maya Fey.
What? That's just wrong!
Now it's time to turn your attention to you.
Yes, sir.
After the victim died, you did something, didn't you? Let's hear it. We're all ears.
Why did we establish— when did we establish this? Come on, this is ridiculous. This trial is a fraud! After Mystic Elise died, I called out to Mystic Maya. I thought it was my duty to protect the future master of the current tradition. So I removed the body from the inner temple by myself. I dragged it behind me all the way to Dusky Bridge, across Dusky Bridge. Then I used a snowmobile to carry it back to Hazakura Temple, and I desecrated her corpse. I used the shish kebab to alter the way the wound looked.
So you moved the body?
Yes, I was raised at Hazakura Temple. I owe a great deal of thanks to the Fey clan. But even so, I never imagined that Elise Oxenham was actually Misty Fey. I've committed a terrible sin.
Yes, you have. You've committed several sins. Yeah, a terrible trick of fate.
Trick of fate?
I believe you're looking for twists of fate, Your Honor.
I intended to return to the inner temple after taking care of the body that nobody asked me to move or to do whatever the freaky shit I did. But
you were spotted by the head nun, correct?
Yes, and that's why I couldn't go back.
Your story makes sense, I suppose. I mean, if you're a crazy person... If you're admitting you're a crazy person, I suppose I can't say you're not. Mr. Wright, go ahead with your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Let's hear it again. You called out to her. What did she say? So you waited until everything was over before making a move? No, it's not like that.
He saw someone murdered right in front of her eyes. It's not surprising that she was a little timid. Yes, I suppose that's true. Sometimes, when I'm watching lawyers argue back and forth with each other, I feel so helpless that I just sit quietly and wait for them to reach their conclusion.
Isn't that your job to judge them and to mediate the argument?
Isn't it the job of the judge to mediate the argument?
It wasn't until Mystic Maya saw me that it finally dawned on her what she had done. You use the snow. Okay, so what do we remember about the snowmobile? She's putting the snowmobile into action.
Oh, not that. There was no snowmobile tracks at that place. And then the weather report, okay, so she was stabbed and died 10 to 11. The weather report said the snow had stopped after she died, which was closer to 11, right? Wait, what time did she die? Yeah, 10 to 11. Okay, so... But Miss Bikini's testimony said that she saw her... I can't remember. The snowmobile, I knew it would show up sooner or later.
Yes, I have the key. I use the snowmobile to travel from Hatsukura Temple to Dusky Bridge.
That part? This is the part that was in question the other day. Should I ask her for more details? Yeah, obviously. Really did move her body by snowmobile, then there should be tracks left in the snow, right? Well, yes, naturally you would expect tracks. The picture was presented at yesterday's trial. Are these the tracks from that ride?
Yes, I think they are.
But I can only see one set of tracks here.
I don't see what's so strange about that. Snow was still falling when I left Hatsukura Temple.
I see, the snow was still falling, huh?
And then when the murder took place, it had already stopped. That's why there is such fresh-looking tracks.
How about Mr. Wright? What do you think about the testimony? It's very important, right? Because we already concluded that it freaking didn't stop. It did stop snowing. When the murder took place, the snow had already stopped? That doesn't make any sense if you stack it up against the other evidence. Your Honor, that the statement of Iris just made be added to the testimony. But does that have something to do with the case? All will be made clear if we allow her statement to be added to the record. Ha! This should be fun. Mr. Godot wasn't here yesterday either. Let's get the snow business cleared up, shall we?
Yeah, yes, sir.
I don't really remember what piece of evidence I'm supposed to show here. I just know something's wrong. I don't remember very clearly what was with the snow thing. No, okay. By the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. Oh shoot. I don't want to believe it, but I don't think my logic is failing me. I was just trying to pin the murder on Maya. Why would she want to do that? There's only one reason I can think of. That she hates the freaking Kieran family. She hates them with all her heart. Yeah, it was snowing like all that time. I can say that, right? I can say it. That's the truth. The timing of this murder is really like difficult to like grasp. Because it's such a big time slot, like an hour. How are they related? He said. Yeah, I don't know. Unrelated. They don't make any relations, actually. It doesn't make any sense. The weather report, the snow stopping, it doesn't make any sense. No, nothing makes sense anymore. It doesn't matter. Right, Your Honor? It doesn't freaking matter. Should I ask? Should I get this? Not that. Should I get this one, I guess? By the time the murder took place, the snow had stopped. The only source of truth is the attorney badge. It's definitely true that I am an attorney. No one believed me if, you know, that wasn't the case. I don't know what they want me to say here. Am I supposed to show this again? This is what I used last time. The snow had already stopped when the murder took place. That's one of these things, I'm sure. Maybe the thing about it is there was another option. Maybe I should have asked about the snowmobile? I'm gonna ask something else. I don't know what they want me to do here. I should ask about the snowmobile or something. I'll at least see, like... I'll at least see what the other option is. Let me hear more about this snowmobile ride.
Well, it was very cold that night, so I rode all the way to the foot of the bridge.
What? I'm sorry, witness, but now I've got a problem with your testimony.
Excuse me?
Godot, what are you up to now? That night after the head nun left the reminder of the training to you, or remainder of the training to you, she said she walked to the inner temple and back to Hazakura Temple. Yes, I'm really certain that's the record, what the record indicates. Please recall her comments on the subject. Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there, by the main gate, the snowmobile, I mean. Yeah. True. Snowmobile was in front of the main gate. This is one of those contradictions, wouldn't you say? Now we're all pointing out her contradictions. Order, Mr. Godot. Why are you pointing out contradictions in the witness's testimony? Let's just say I like things to be neat and tidy, okay?
Well, maybe Sister Bikini missed it. Yes, maybe she didn't see it.
You think she missed it? Doesn't sound right. Ha! Whatever. Even I don't think this is decisive enough to warrant any more time or effort. It's just... you better be careful in your testimony. That's all I want to say. A smart little cookie like you shouldn't have any trouble understanding that.
Yes, sir.
What's that all about? Why would Godot want to give me a hint? Very well then, let's continue with the testimony. So you want to transport the body by the snowmobile all the way to Hazakura Temple courtyard?
Yes, I thought that way Mystic Maya would never be suspected. That's what I thought anyway, and then I...
Okay. So this has not changed. Well, I don't want Mr. Godot's hint, if you can call it that, to go in vain or anything, but I don't know what the heck he's talking about, so real sus. Where are the snowmobile tracks? That's what I want to ask. It stopped snowing. You went, and your tracks should not have been covered up then. Am I now allowed to use a picture, or what? What's happening? Lantern, it was not lit at the time of the crime. Am I allowed to use it now, or is this like, or am I being stupid and I can't use it at all? I don't know. I just don't know. What they want me to do? Oh no, what's wrong? Dang it, what is happening? What are you all talking about? I know what's going on. I just don't understand what they want me to do about it. Should I show the map? Does the map have any hints? I use the snowmobile to carry it back to the temple. Is there a... Should I be using the picture here? Perhaps? Should I use the picture at all, perhaps? This might be the time for the good throw all evidence at everything strat. I don't use that strat. I don't use it. It's silly. I don't want to win that way. That's just... It's already bad enough I don't know what's going on. I respect that. Shut up! just stop. The fact that you thought of that so quickly as well, that's unacceptable. I used the snowmobile to carry back to Hazakura Temple. Why is there no blood in the ground or anything? You did what? Oh my god. Hell. I mean, heaven help me. Heaven help me. I don't know what these people want me to do. There's only like 2 pieces of information that even like correspond to this like nonsense. And none of it works. It's all bad. Oh my god. Okay, I just wanted to see if that was true or not. I'll take the hit. I'll take the hit because I'm completely wrong. I'm completely wrong about whatever this is. I think about it a different way, apparently. Fine, I'll just keep pressing, I guess. Whatever. Is that what you were doing when Ms. Scissor Bikini saw you?
Yes, that's right. She probably thought the worst.
Probably. More like definitely. I see. So Scissor Bikini mistakenly thought you were the one that murdered McStocksidum.
I'm sorry, so please forgive me. It's my fault that this case has gotten so confusing.
At least she's self-aware. She's still confusing stuff. I don't believe a word she's ever said. You know? And I was right. I was right to never believe her. Sussy little baka. Now by the time the murder place snow restopped, tell us more about your freaky little actions. Oh wait, oh shoot, I already did that. I wanted her to give more details. I mean, why would she do that? Maybe I'm not thinking about this the right way. What did Mr. Godot say? Let's go see what Mr. Godot said again. Maybe I need to look at it again. Mr. Godot said that, I've got a problem with your testimony. That night after the head nun left the remainder of the training to you, she said she walked from the inner temple back to Hazakura Temple. Right? Let's recall her comments on the subject. Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, It was there by the main gate, the snowmobile. Right. Snowmobile wasn't in front of the main gate. This is one of those contradictions. Right. Okay, so what he said is that the snowmobile was not misplaced at all. So what does this mean? Does it have to do with the weather report? Does that have something to do with the weather report or something? I tried that before, it didn't work at all, so maybe probably not. Okay, the snow, okay, by the time it happened, the snow stopped. That kind of makes sense, I guess. I mean, I wish I had their other testimonies written here so I can remember what the heck everybody was talking about. Loss of blood, stab in the back. Ay ay ay. Oh my god. What are we all talking about right now? What am I meant to be looking at right now? Am I meant to look at the snowmobile, the weather report, the pictures? It's pretty amazing that you could make it all the way across. That's a rickety old bridge.
It looks worse than it is. It's surprisingly sturdy despite its age.
It's like they say, idiots are too stupid to catch even a simple cold. But there's one other thing that bothers me. Why not just throw the body into Eel River? It would have been much easier than dragging it all the way to Hazakura Temple.
I thought that it would still cast too much suspicion on Mystic Maya. That's why I try to take the body as far away as possible.
Ha! Makes perfect sense to me. For the time being. Anyway, what did you do after you crossed the bridge? That makes absolutely no sense. There's no blood trail anywhere. Doesn't make any sense. I don't like it. This girl is pestering me like crazy. She's a blight on my life is what she is. Her and Delilah, blights on my life, trying to pin Maya. All that girl does is eat Borgies. Leave her alone. She doesn't belong behind bars. Though I think she would become like the big boss of the yard if she did. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I have to show the snowmobile. I already showed the weather report on that. I dragged it behind me all the way across Dusky Bridge. Right, right. I guess I'll just keep pressing stuff until I can figure this out. So then you knew the significance of the name Maya Fey.
Yes, of course I did.
That's odd. I mean, Sister Bikini didn't recognize Maya's name, let alone her position.
Anyway, she was a very special person indeed.
Okay. Why'd you do that?
Because I didn't want Mystic Maya to be suspected in any way. I thought the best thing would be to remove the body from the crime scene.
You moved her body all by yourself?
Yes, I did. It would have been impossible if it wasn't for the snow.
The snow, huh? Hmm. So then you... Oh yeah, I already saw this, you knew. Yeah. Okay, so I've got everything. What did she say again? Something about the snow I didn't hear. Yes, I did. It would have been impossible if it wasn't for the snow. It would have been impossible if it wasn't for the snow? Don't double negative me, you son of a gun. It's definitely this, like, I didn't press this out of her for nothing, right? So it's definitely this statement. And if I think about it, if I really think about it, perhaps something will happen. It's not this. It's not the map. Is it the map? What is she saying? She said that from the inner temple, she dragged the body all the way to like across the bridge. And then she used a snowmobile. Right? That's what she's saying, but the snowmobile wasn't there. Is what we know. The snowmobile was in the front gate, so she couldn't have taken the snowmobile like to the temple. It was already at the temple. It's literally impossible for her to have done this. Because just looking at the map, it's like so impossible. The snowmobile would have had to be at the, like, where the bridge was. Because she said she carried it. I mean, she like, used the snowmobile to carry it. That's what she's saying, right? I dragged it across the dusky bridge, then I used the snowmobile to carry it back to the temple. Then I used, okay. I don't know if that's a red herring or not. I mean, it's just impossible for you to have gotten the snowmobile. What? Have I used this here yet? I have, haven't I? How did you do that? I need to check this again. This is very important. Yes, I have the key. I use the snowmobile to travel from Okay. She used the snowmobile to travel from the temple to Dusky Bridge itself. Okay, so that's how it was already there. You really did move her body by snowmobile, then there should be tracks left in the snow. This picture was presented at yesterday's trial. And are these the tracks from that ride? Yes, I think they are. But I can only see one set of tracks. I don't see what's so strange about that. Snow was still falling when I left Kazakura Temple. Okay. So she's saying she took the snowmobile. While it was snowing, she took it down to the bridge. And then after the murder happened, she turned and it stopped snowing. She turned around and used the body to take it back to the temple. But, okay, that all makes sense. And then when the murder took place, it had already stopped. That's why there are such fresh-looking tracks. Okay, that makes sense. All the way to the Havakura. The only thing that doesn't make sense is that there was still like is what Mr. Godot said. That Bikini had seen the snowmobile at the Hazakura Temple unused. I thought it would. Okay, that's what I thought anyway. Then Okay, I'm putting together her little story. I see where she is incorrect. So this is not untrue. The snow did stop when the murder took place because we know that because Miss Elise's body didn't have snow on it afterwards. So this is actually true. This is not wrong. I don't know what I have to do with this. The snow had already stopped. We need to find a lie. She definitely did do this like the crazy freak she is. She used it to carry the body back to the temple, right? Would make sense. I dragged it behind me across Dusky Bridge. Where is the Dusky Bridge? Where is the tracks of a human body? Or blood or anything? Dragged it all the way across the bridge, huh? The bridge was fixed and everything was fine. When did lightning strike? When did lightning strike the bridge? The lightning. Okay, wait. Okay, I'm thinking. Okay, so lightning struck the bridge at 10:45. Around 30 minutes between the fire starting and going out. So, if the bridge was struck and stuff, was it possible that she dragged it across the bridge? The fire was burning for at least 30 minutes. What's the time she said? Maybe that's it? I mean, I have a bit of doubt, but I don't know. The timing of this event is just very confusing to me. That's the only thing. It's the timing of all the events. It's very hard to pin down what happened when. I'm just gonna present this and see if I'm getting the timing right, because I don't know. Oh my god, yes! Oh my god, yes! Ah! My brain function! Oh, sorry. My brain functioned for just a second. You claim that the snow had already stopped when the murder occurred. First try, let's go. Brain function. I'm sorry, Iris, but that's just isn't possible. What? This is the kind of weather data from the night of the murder. According to this, the snow didn't stop until 10:50 p.m. But you couldn't have crossed Dusky Bridge at that time. Why do you say that? Because 5 minutes before the snow stopped, Dusky Bridge was struck by lightning and caught on fire.
What did you say? The bridge, it was on fire?
What, you didn't know? You mean you didn't know about it? It was because of that lightning strike that the bridge burned down.
What? I can't be.
I almost died on that bridge. It looks like you somehow figured it out. No matter how hard you try to deceive or conceal the truth, you can't pull the wool over the eyes of a real defense attorney.
No.
Water. See how much more satisfying it is to come to a conclusion rather than just throw everything at the wall. The bridge was already on fire when the incident took place. That's right, the inner temple was already totally cut off from the outside world. There's no way you could have crossed the bridge, body or no body. Witness, even my patience has its limits. Any further lying and I will find you in the contempt of court. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Go.
The only person here that is truly contemptible is you. Ha. Old man. Me? How dare you? Whether this witness lied or not doesn't mean squat right now.
What? The squat?
The important thing now is to find out the truth. Isn't that right?
I can't find out the truth if she's lying constantly, you see.
Oh, yes, of course, but whether it's snowing or not snowing, whether the bridge was burning or not, there are two facts that can't be disputed. First, the body of Elise Stockton was discovered in the Hasakura Temple courtyard. And second, the head nun, Sister Bikini. Witness Iris desecrating Elise Stonox, and I'm tongue twisted. He tongue twisted me. He got me. The body. He makes a good point on both accounts.
That's right. I'm not lying.
You're very much lying, but some things just don't make sense, that's all. What are you claiming this time?
I wasn't myself at all that night, so my memory's still somewhat hazy.
You have stood at the witness stand and testified this entire time. Are you telling us now your memory of that night is hazy? It's only human to err. If you're so perfect, Trite, maybe you can explain this for the court. What is it? When the murder happened, the bridge already burnt down. But somehow the body traveled across the bridge and was found in the temple courtyard. Perhaps you have some kind of perfect explanation for this little magic trick. Well, not exactly, no. And there must be some other way to get across that burnt-out bridge. But unless I can somehow demonstrate it, we'll never know the truth. Looks like the defense is not prepared to offer a suitable explanation. See what I mean? In other words, you're in no position to suggest that this lady's testimony isn't the truth.
What are you talking about? She literally said she dragged a body across a burning bridge. Are you stupid? You're just being like willfully ignorant, or like you're just being complicit in a complete lie. What? She's not telling the truth, Trey? Then what about this? Literally, what are you all talking about? I can't stand this court. I object. This is all objectionable. I object. Don't leave this witness on the stand. She's just a lying, stinky liar. All right, then witness, let's hear your testimony once more. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. About what, Your Honor?
You've admitted that you moved the victim's body. Nevertheless, your prior testimony contained a rather large inconsistency. Please add an explanation for that in your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor.
Will this be her final testimony? Yeah, that was actually big when I got frustrated too easily when I get stuck. Yeah, I don't exactly. It's just that I'm streaming that I'm getting frustrated. I'd be sitting here just like thinking for like an hour or something. Dragging a body over a burning bridge is metal as heck, though. I kind of want to be real. It would be pretty epic, but I doubt she would get out of there without any burns, scars, or anything. You know what I mean? And also, the bridge would have fell right under her feet had she done that, just like Phoenix did.
I don't even walking over the bridge, there's no way to move the body, so I must have just gotten confused, I guess. I got confused, I flew over it, it was crazy. Was the snow still falling or had it stopped? Does it really matter that much? Are you saying that there's a way to cross a burning bridge?
By flying over it, my dear. My big brain theories are not good enough for this court, is it? You guys wouldn't understand. My brain is an enigma. I think in 4D. So it was just a misunderstanding, I see. There's a foot of Dusky Bridge after it burned down from the lightning blast. It was taken on the morning after the incident. Well, that's definitely a burnt up bridge. It certainly was burned to a crisp, and one of the suspension wires was even snapped. It's amazing the whole bridge didn't fall. Dusky Bridge is falling down, falling down. It's clearly been possible to carry a corpse across a bridge in this condition. Unless I do something to discredit this testimony, it's gonna be deemed as the truth, and Maya will be accused of murder, even though this witness has lied every step of the way. We're still gonna believe her over anybody, actually. That's right. I'm only gonna say that one more time. It's only human to err, and only humans can spot the errors of our ways. The more sense he makes, the less sense he makes. For real. All right, Mr. Wright, please begin your final cross-examination. Dragon Oak. Oh yeah, I already read that. Yeah, I don't want to hear what she has to say. She's stupid. What I want to know is where Maya is. And I want to know the real how this all actually happened. But this girl just lying about literally everything. Like, why was Elise in the garden? She was not in the garden. She promised to be at Hazgore Temple reading a freaking book to Pearl. There's no way she was there at all. You're a lying, sneaky liar. Okay, other than walking over the bridge. Oh, there's nowhere to move the body. I must have just gotten confused. Uh-oh, whoopsie, oh well. I just moved the body over a bridge, I mean... I didn't know what I was doing. Compelled to move by the spirits that be. I must have gotten confused. I can't stand you. Do I have to show that stupid picture? I'm just gonna press until I want that to be my last resort. There's no way. Yes, but the snow had already stopped when the incident took place.
I couldn't have crossed the bridge naturally. But I think it's just like Mr. Godot said, the body did make it across somehow. But I don't know, it's all fuzzy, I don't know.
Well, you seem to be quite sure of yourself when you gave your testimony. You said you were sure the snow had stopped.
I'm terribly sorry, I was wrong, oopsie daisy.
Was she really thinking an apology is going to get her off the hook? Oh my god. There's only 4 things to press, just fine. This is no joke, you're giving a sworn testimony in the court of law.
Well, Mr. Wright, let me ask you a question. Do you remember what the weather was like 1 week ago today?
Huh? Well, it was,
You see, it's not that easy to remember, is it?
But if it had been on some kind of special day, I would have remembered. For example, it was pouring rain on the day of my elementary school graduation. True. No one wants to hear about your childhood traumas, Trite. What? By the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. You insist on obsessing over that one statement. Let's see the proof. Show some evidence that the body somehow crossed the bridge while it was on fire. I don't know about this. One more press. Well, I don't see why there couldn't be a way to cross.
Mr. Wright, don't you think that sounds a bit silly willy, you stinky brain?
Now she's just being, what's the word I'm looking for? Condescending.
A dead body crossing a burning bridge? Did anyone actually witness such a thing?
Ha. There was, I don't think you call someone like that a witness.
Oh, Phoenix, Sweenix, you're so stinky brain.
After all, a dream isn't the same as actually seeing something. You come all this way, well, everything I owe it to everyone to figure this out. Okay, I guess this is it. I guess I have to show stupid Leroy, what's his name? Lawrence? Yeah. This is, I hate to do this, I really do. Oh my god, I hate this. Please don't try to pull this, Phoenix. A dead body flying over a burning bridge, I wouldn't exactly rule out the possibility. What? What's this guy talking about? What is this? Ha! You're saying it's possible? Don't make me laugh. Only thing that's possible about your claim is that it's been pulled out of thin air. Nothing's impossible, Mr. Godot. I don't know about that. In any case, we have a witness who did see it happen. Preposterous! Who was his witness? I can't chicken out here. I've got to keep the attack going. Go, go, go! Miss Elise Oxenham's brilliant and highly gifted apprentice, Larice Oxenham. Highly gifted? Apprentice? Remember what he said in his testimony, his sworn testimony, the night he was at the Mountain Shack Heavenly Hall, and that's when he witnessed the event. I think you've all seen this beautiful rendered sketch before, right everybody? It's the exact drawing of what he witnessed that night. Are you serious? Right? Seriously, dude, are you okay? Are you really, saying that? Are you seriously claiming that the victim flew through the air? Phoenix, I know you're desperate. Are you using this pathetic scribble to support your argument? Uh-oh, the judge looks like he's about to blow a gasket. Ha. Welch, right. There's nowhere for you to hide now. Other than looking like it was drawn by a 6-year-old, does this sketch prove anything? Yes, I'm pretty sure it does. I'm gonna prove it. Listen, I know your tricks. You're trying to turn this whole thing upside down. And what about it? If you're so eager to turn this case upside down, why not start with this sketch? Upside down? Why did the dot say that? Oh ho ho? Alright then, let's hear this whatever. Well, what exactly is this sketch trying to show? I don't think Whiskerface is going to forgive any more mistakes. Upside down? Upside down? Can I turn this upside down? I don't think so. Alright, Phoenix, look carefully and think it over. I'm trying to think about it upside down. Maybe if I take like a screenshot of it. It's upside down. Oh yeah, because Larice was upside down when he looked out the window. Let me take a screenshot of it. Let me see. Okay. And then can I put it in here? I don't think so. Doo-doo. Do 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 do. I mean, I want to see it before they show it to me, that's all, really. Brace yourself. So this is the thing, this is the picture. If we just rotate it, is that what you rotate it? Can I rotate in this? Flip it vertical. What are we looking at? Yeah, I've got my technological knowledge is insane. What are we looking at here? Shoot. What is this? What does it show us? What is this? Looks like a mirror image. Huh? Listen, if this is what really happened, I still don't get it. I mean, what does it mean? Upside down U-turn mean? It might depend on whether the ropes are below or above the bridge. Yeah, this drawing is it's just not very good, is it? Well, let's just pick something. I don't know. A complete contradiction. The drawing of it's a masterpiece. What do you mean? Of course, it's a masterpiece. Of course. It's exactly what happened, I guess I'll say. Of course, the victim was flying through the air. You can see it right there. And oh no, that's not what I want you to say, Phoenix. You don't want me. I didn't. That's not what I wanted you to say, Phoenix. I'll just say it's a contradiction. I think we should skip the penalty. They just skipped the penalty? What? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, okay, I don't know what that was about, but okay. Listen. Hold on. I want to look at it without the text, because the text is kind of confusing me. I want to look at it without the text and stuff. The devs are having mercy on my poor soul. They are understanding what they're doing and they don't care. They care not for what they have done. Okay, let's do this again, huh? I want to see it without the nonsense on the screen. This is detective work. This is artist work, artistry at work, and also detective work at the same time. I'm kind of going above and beyond what any detective would do, for sure. Any old detective would not even consider this piece of oops. Would not even consider this a piece of evidence here. Oh shoot. There we go. It's all gonna make sense as soon as I flip this around. Surely. Right? Surely? Bird, vertical. There it is, in all its glory. Okay, what does this mean, Loris? What is the meaning of this? Oh, I see someone in the center, in the corner of the screen. I think they're the culprit. No, don't look at that. No, that's just me, alright? That's just me. Don't get confused. I'm looking at this. Oh, are they falling? Okay, if we look at it like this, I guess they are falling. But how does that make any sense? It still looks like they're flying. Yeah, so let's say that they are falling. This is, I guess this right side up is the correct, like, the way the bridge is, the suspension lines there, and then the bridge. What did she like use a grappling hook or something? Is that what we're witnessing here? Some kind of grappling hook situation? A grappling hook explanation? Alright, well. Look at that as best as we could. Something is obviously funny about this sketch. I'm no art critic, but even I can see that. No, that's not what I mean, Your Honor. Please listen to me. Loris talks to him saying it over and over that this sketch was exactly as he saw it. However, if we're to believe his testimony, the sketch contradicts reality as we know it.
It contradicts reality?
Huh. This is getting interesting. Looks like you're back to that finger pointing thing again. Okay, Trite, what exactly contradicts reality as we know it? The suspension lines, right? It's the wire connected to the bridge. The wire. Is that the thing that contradicts reality? Yeah, it is indeed. And show us the reality it supposedly conflicts with. Show us something that will point out how this sketch contradicts reality. Do I have a picture of the bridge in here, bro? Do I have a picture? No, that's not the picture of a bridge. That's something else. No. The only thing I have a picture of a bridge is, the map. Alright? Here's your evidence. Oh, wait a second. Try. It looks like the only piece of reality that you have is a poorly drawn sketch. Huh? And the only thing flying away is your chance of winning the case. Oh, brother. Wait, do I have a picture of a... Do I have a picture of a bridge or something? What's happening? Am I in... Oh, here it is. Oh, I sorry. I forgot they gave me that. Huh. It shows reality. Right. I forgot they gave me this. This is the newest piece of information. That's a photo of Dusky Bridge, correct? Yes, now compare the sketch and the photo for a minute. The sketch wires appear to be above the guard wires. On the actual Dusky Bridge, jumping Zahuzafet, the wires are below the guard wires. What? What? Order. The sketch is somewhat different than what's depicted in the photo, however. Isn't it likely that the artist just saw it wrong?
Or perhaps he just drew it wrong.
Either way, it sounds like you're just wrong.
No.
Loris is a reputable artist. With someone like Loris, I admit a mistake is definitely possible, but then that begs the question, why did he make a mistake? What is the reason? Are you saying you know the answer to that? Well, listen, think back, alright? Remember what Laurice was doing when he witnessed this event? He was at Heavenly Hall waiting for a lover that was never going to come. He waited and waited, and finally he laid down. But then Zenitsu. Lightning shoots from the sky and then sets the bridge aflame. Zenitsu did his first form, and then that's what he saw. He saw Zenitsu flying over the bridge, or under the bridge. I'm sure that's what it is. Now ponder what sort of position Laurice must have been at that time. He was lying on his back, which is why I remember the scene the way he did. He was lying on his back. I can't see how that relates. But it does, Your Honor. Please look at this piece of art. Please look at this beautiful piece of art that talented artist and reputable source Laurice Doxinum has created. That is the reason why the wires in the sketch are upside down. Oh. No way. Laurice Doxinum witnessed the event while he was laying on his back, face up. In other words, the scene he saw was actually upside down. So then the sketch should actually... I think you finally get it, Your Honor. The correct way to view Laurice Doxinum's sketch is like this. This is how it should actually look, and it still explains nothing. More questions and answers? Laurice Doxinum. The victim's body wasn't flying above the bridge, it was actually swinging below. That's right, just like a pendulum. Ridiculous! Ridiculous! Order. Of all things to say, a pendulum. The bridge was burning to a crisp, there was no way to get across it. If the body had been found at the inner temple, it would have caused problems. This is where the criminal decided to take a gamble. They used the burning bridge to get the body across the other side, and a pendulum was the only way to get it done. Let's think about this for a minute, shall we? The bridge is about 20 yards long, which means it's about that far from the temple to the opposite cliff. Yes, that sounds right. In order to cover up that distance with a pendulum, you'd need a rope at least 10 yards long. To get a rope that long, you'd have to plan ahead. Tis, lightning strike that night can only have been on accident. It doesn't make sense that the culprit would have prepared the rope beforehand. So then... they didn't have to get the rope ready. The rope was already right in front of them. What? I'm saying that it was just a matter of using what was already there. In that case, Mr. Wright, please give us an explanation to support your theory. Oh, brother. What makes you think the criminal had a rope on hand to recreate the pendulum? You see, Your Honor, I didn't expect you to ask me that. Let's see, rope? Is it? No, not this rope. Doesn't make any sense. Was it the letter? Was something in the letter? You must channel your spirit. Here's a picture of her. Use to channel her. I know you can do it. Oh no, this doesn't say anything about a rope. Alright. So doesn't say anything about a rope. A rope on hand to create the pendulum. It's not this rope, is it? No, that's stupid. A rope. Is it because the bridge was struck? It's the bridge again, right? It's right there, right? That's it, right? And the meaning of this is, if you want to know where the rope came from, it's hanging right there in front of your glorious beard. Ah! This is one of the wires from the bridge. And the lightning struck the bridge and was set on fire. One of the suspension wires came loose from this anchor. The criminal didn't have any time to waste. They tied the wire around Elise Oxton's body. Oh my god! What the hell? What do you mean? Because there's simply no other way to move the body. What? He's gonna drink himself into a stupor. Okay, this doesn't make any sense. I don't like this. Mr. Godot. I don't know about this, Chief. That Mr. Godot is more focused on his coffee than answering my question. Saturday morning cartoon style indeed. But like it's a dead body. That's detestable. That's like a oops, I closed something. That's like a horrible thing to do. Like, I mean, I know it's a murder case, but like she's horrible. Not only did she treat the body like that, she like went in there and like made it seem that Amy Faye's knife pierce her own daughter's body with the big blade. This is the worst. This is the worst crime I've ever seen. It's like detestable in every way. Oh God, she has some of her sister's blood. They are twins, I suppose. It seems that the odds of a rope being readily available is very high, so I suppose it's not an impossibility after all. Oh my God. Possible or impossible, that's not the question we need to ask. There's only one question. Did that really happen? That's right, I wonder if you can prove what happened to us. Do you have any actual evidence the body was swung over like a pendulum? Uh-huh. It's right here. Right here. It's right here. Yep. I have it right here. Yep, right here. Okay, I got it. It's okay. It's right. The evidence is right here. Choo. Is it this? Has the victim's blood and the suspect's fingerprints on it. I mean, no, that doesn't prove it exactly. Oh, she fell! Her body fell 10 feet after death. Oh, got him. Alright, here we go. Before I present my evidence, let me review what we know so far. According to this photo, one of the wires snapped. Looking at the map, we can see that it's the one that was in front of the inner temple. So then that's the spot where the criminal... Yes, precisely. Now let's consider the body's movement by looking at the overhead map again. The body was pushed from this point here. It would drop at the opposite bank at approximately this point. Did you say drop? Well, they must have failed to catch the body on the other bank.
What made you think something like that happened?
Because I have evidence that suggests her body dropped some distance.
What kind of evidence?
Take a look at this autopsy report that none of you have ever read in your lives. Have any of you ever read a freaking autopsy in your life? Anyway, it says here that her body fell about 10 feet from after her death. 10 feet, huh? That's most likely the height difference between the two sides. Body overswung due to the forward momentum and came loose and fell about 10 feet. And then, as a result of the landing impact, the crystal sphere was knocked loose.
That's...
Yes, this blood-stained amethyst crystal. It's the one that came off of Miss Elise Oxton's staff. And even more important, it's the place where the crystal sphere was found. Indeed, I believe it's already marked on this overhead map. Yeah, right there. The crystal was found. Precisely, Your Honor. in the very spot where the pendulum would arrive if given the right amount of speed. This is so ridiculous. First, this is the most video game about a murder. Explains your theory quite well, Miss Wright. You have provided us with a way the body could have been moved that night. An impressive deduction, Mr. Wright. Most impressive. Mr. Wright. I thought this cold coffee might help cool you down. What's the meaning of this, Mr. Godot? I can't believe you threw that at me. Oh my god. Well, I guess I can't believe that. Never mind. That was a dark and bitter guess that you made, Trite. You forgot about one thing. Oh, and what would that be? The aroma. Huh? Why did you think it would make sense for any second? A coffee's most reliable accomplice is its deep and profound aroma. The rest of the court doesn't speak Coffinese. Can you elaborate a bit more, please? The criminal had sent the body to the other side, like you say. And naturally, there must have been an accomplice lying in wait to catch it. An accomplice? Oh, yes. Is freaking Delilah alive? How did... I don't want to think about it. That demon is still alive, isn't she? Only thing I can think of is that the body fell after death, except it didn't fall. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I can't believe this. Is she alive? I wasn't able to cross Dusky Bridge, so who collected the body? What do you have to say about that, Trite? This all means either Delilah or Iris is the one who actually. I mean, it has to have been Delilah. She's the devil herself. I can't. The twins, they're too similar. I don't know. Mr. Godot is correct. This can't be the work of a single person. Well, Mr. Wright, you know what we must do. Yes, Your Honor. The body couldn't have made it to Hotspur Temple without an accomplice. Very well then, if you please, Mr. Wright. Who was the person that received the body on the Hazakura Temple side? This is it! I'm about to say it! I'm gonna say it! I'm gonna say that Delilah, that demon, that spawn of devils, came to this place. No, that's not true. Okay, because there's no way, right? Because no, wait, stop. I am certain that Delilah. Right now, I'm certain that Delilah is masquerading herself as Iris. Is why she doesn't know so many of the details, right? I mean, she would have known the bridge was on fire. I'm gonna go with Delilah. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna freaking say it. I'm gonna say it. Oh, dang it. My theory is not right? Come on. I wanted that to be true. It smelled of sulfur. Perhaps it was your chance of winning rotting away. Aw, man. Then they altered it using the sushi. There's only one person it can be. Okay. That wasn't it, everybody. That was wrong. Okay, I've got one chance. I don't want to lose this case, but... Was it Morgan? Morgan is in jail. She's not here. And if it wasn't Delilah, which I really thought that demon can't, I don't think that demon can die. Okay, let's think about it. Who was on this side at the time? There could only be a few people. Pearls was not on that side. Maya was not on that side. Laurice was on that side, but he's too stupid to be an accomplice. She was dead. It can't be her. No. It was not Bikini. No. No, it was not Bikini. We're not gonna say anything. We're not gonna say a dang thing about Miss Bikini. It wasn't any of these people, obviously. She's in solitary confinement. But she is not here. She's literally in prison right now. And she's dead. It's not Mr. Edgeworth. It's not Von Karma either. It can't be Larry. He's too stupid and stinky. Iris. We're certain that it was a two-person job. Oh, this is tricky. Who is it? We've narrowed it down, I think, to like 3 people. The 3 people who are on the side of the mountain, which is Bikini. Iris somehow got to the other side because everyone else was trapped and nowhere to be found, but Iris was always there, right? And then there's Laurice. We can just X out Laurice. He didn't do anything. He's not smart enough. Technically, Miss Elise was on that side, but she was dead for sure. So it's either Iris a second time, just somehow ended up over there, or it was Miss Bikini. Okay. It can't have been Iris. Because for some reason she did not know that the bridge was burnt. Why did she not know that? I'm still asking myself why she didn't know that. Whether or not she was body swapped with Delilah, they both would have, both of them would have seen the burning bridge, like, clearly, right? I'm not gonna accuse Miss Bikini. I think that's not right. She's the one who saw it all happen. And she was sure it was Delilah that had, she was sure that it was Iris. Am I gonna suspect Iris a second time? Does that make any sense? I've narrowed it down to it just being Iris again. It had to be. She could not have. Nobody was able to escape that side of the bridge, and it was not Bikini. She's the one that accused Iris in the first place. I'm gonna say it's Iris again. That's my deduction. I am sure that for some reason I'm wrong. It can only be you, Sister Iris. Am I right? Huh? But I... No way. Is this a Pog moment? I don't see why you're so surprised. The only way to transport the body from Dusty Bridge is by snowmobile. With her bad back, Sister Bikini could never pick up a body like that. You're the only one who can have managed it. What's happening right now? Trite. Were you even listening to the witness's testimony? On the night of the crime, this little cutie pie was on cleanup duty on the inner temple garden after the mother-daughter bloodbath. I haven't forgotten, but have you, Mr. Godot? This witness was also seen at Hazakura Temple, desecrating the corpse of the victim. Strange indeed. It's almost as if on that night, the defendant was in two different places at the same time. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, here we go, here it is. Sister Iris, let me ask you something. Why didn't you mention it when you first gave your testimony?
Mention what?
The pendulum, of course. Using the sketch drawn by the eyewitness, I have established how the body was moved using the burned-out bridge, which means it's now a fact that this occurred, something you should have already known.
No, I had no idea. I didn't know anything about a pendulum.
But the body couldn't have been passed along the other side without your help, so you should have known about it. In fact, it would be impossible for you to be clueless about this whole thing, unless you're not really Iris to begin with. Boys? Lads? Alright, Delilah not dead? Delilah not dead?
How can you say that, Mr. Wright?
Are we gonna do it? Is this happening? What kind of nonsense is this? You're saying this witness isn't Iris of Hazakura Temple? Or are you serious, Shrite? You mean this woman is? There's one besides Iris that could have received the corpse that night. Now I get it. Now I know why I've been sick to my stomach this whole trial. Why her whole demeanor changed so suddenly from yesterday. And why she's trying to pin this murder on Maya. The woman that's standing here at the witness's stand. Her real name is, oh my god, bros? Bros? Delilah Demon not dead? Never die? I never thought I'd have to utter your name again, let alone see you. It's been a long time. Delilah Hawthorne. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. Hawthorne. Sister Iris had a twin sister. And you're looking at her. Hell yeah, she did. Miss Delilah Hawthorne. Dang, bro. That name's rings some bells. Distant bells, but bells nonetheless. Ha. It's just your imagination, Gramps. This file contains all the relevant data about Delilah Hawthorne. I can't believe it. Oh yes, I remember now that case 5 years ago.
My name is Delilah Hawthorne. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. The honor's all mine.
No, the honor is all mine. Yeah, that was you back then. But according to this, Delilah Hawthorne is already dead. It says her execution was carried out last month. Bro. So what? Death has no meaning in this courtroom. Oh man, Godot is coming out with like, I died, bro. I'm living proof that I died. Order. Who is Delilah? For the blind, it is delight. For the hungry, it's the bread. For the sick, it's the cure. For the dead, it's the joy. Well, for the sad, it's the joy. For the poor, it's the pleasure. For the labor, it's the forgiveness. Mr. Intelligenti, can you please calm down? She's literally a psychopath. Stop it. Stop worshiping her. She's crazy.
Wait a moment. How can you... My sister, she's already dead. What kind of...
I don't want to think about this too hard. There's just two Delilahs, I think. You of all people should already understand, after all, blood of the master cure and channeling technique flows within that body. The cure and channeling technique? Now where have I heard that? That's right, Your Honor, that's not Delilah Hawthorne herself. You're the spirit of Delilah, and currently inhabiting the body of a spirit medium. Oh. Is she inhabiting Maya right now? No. Has Maya been being used by a demon this entire time? What's happening? I don't understand. What an exciting story. Exciting, but quite impossible. Perhaps it's the buy that Delilah Hawthorne happened to be channeled by someone on the very night of the murder to a temple where her twin sister Iris was. Well, if you're gonna put it things like that, then yeah. We're supposed to believe a coincidence like that just happened.
Naturally, it wasn't a coincidence. The whole thing was part of a plan from the very beginning.
It's all written right here in these instructions.
What's that?
These instructions were written by your mother, Morgan Fay.
And part of the plan called for Delilah Hawthorne to be channeled that night. There were 2 irises at Hazakura Temple.
2 of them.
Even the time of the channeling was planned out, as soon as you hear the lights out bell. In other words, 10 p.m. However, Iris was seen before dinner time.
That means the Iris I was at dinner was the real Iris.
The Iris who gave me this hood in the main hall was also the real Iris, meaning that the Iris Sister Beginning saw at the inner temple
was someone else dressed as her, namely one Delilah Hawthorne.
Oh my god.
Do you know what you're saying, Trite? This whole channeling the spirit of Delilah Hawthorne business. Yes, it's true that you found plans that talk about it. However, there's one thing that's perfectly clear. The witness currently standing in the stand is the real Iris.
What? What are we talking about?
Calm down. Remember what you know about the night of the crime. After meeting Sister Bikini, the Delilah Hawthorne that had been channeled would have been stranded at the inner temple due to lightning strike.
This is so sick, bro. Not in a good way sick. This is just terrible.
It was later the body was moved by pendulum. I concede to that.
That's right.
Naturally, that would mean that Iris that received the body was the real Iris. Are you with me so far?
Yes. Oh, this is all making sense to me. Maya must have channeled her.
After being notified of what happened, the police came to Hazakura Temple's main hall. They found Iris in her room and arrested her. Ever since, she's been under police supervision at the detention center.
Yes, I suppose. I can't deny any of that. Yeah, thank goodness. It looks like he's finally convinced.
But something's still off, way off. I'm still not convinced that the Iris here is the same one from the other night. Ha! I suppose you're about to say something really ridiculous. Oh my god. Like the real Iris and the spirit of Delilah somehow switched places.
Switch places? Is that their power? Is that their spirit power?
To be perfectly honest, there's still quite a few things I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. That unless we confirm the witnesses at end, we can't continue with this trial.
Iris doesn't have the spiritual channel needed to channel Delilah. That's true. Which means they must have switched places somewhere. Where do they switch places? It must be Maya somewhere in this situation. Maya's the only one. She is about their height and framework, you know what I mean? And you know, but I think Maya's body changes when she channels somebody else. Never mind about that.
Well, Miss Wright, since the time she was arrested at Hazakura Temple, have there been any chances for Iris to switch places with Delilah Hawthorne?
Yeah, there was one. There must have been a chance. Your Honor, I think there might have been one chance.
Oh, explain yourself.
Yesterday, for a few minutes, Iris's whereabouts were unknown.
Unknown? What do you mean?
What I mean is, there was a span of time in which Iris was able to move freely, unsupervised.
Well, who was it? Who would give a murder suspect time to move around freely like that?
I'm sorry, I know you didn't mean to. It wasn't your fault. The person who gave Iris a chance to move freely about was... shoot, I'm sorry, Edgeworth. It was you, you stupid idiot! I'm sorry.
This is Mr. Edgeworth, isn't it?
Your Honor, there was a fairly large earthquake yesterday, was there not?
An earthquake?
Yeah, it was pretty big. It shook everything.
Oh man, yeah, extremely rare Edgeworth L. The first in his life. Well, I guess maybe the second. His father dying and stuff was a pretty big L. But it wasn't his fault, even though he did blame himself. That was like an absolved L. This is his real L. We went to the inner temple right away. And it's true Iris was already there. However, they had already switched places by that point in time. When I arrived at the training hall, I was met by none other than Delilah Hawthorne. That's quite enough already, Miss Wright. She's dead. I saw it myself. I was there. Now see here. No judge in his right mind will consider the idea of a spirit channeling and... Be quiet. Yup, there she is. There's your precious Delilah. You see, you guys, there she is. It's been a long time, Mr. Judge. That voice. Guess we'll have to ask again. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, I always ask her for her name and profession. That's one of my rules. Ah, there she is.
Delilah Hawthorne, and my current profession? Permanently retired.
No bother. Ha. So you're not gonna bother hiding your identity anymore, huh?
Why should I? After all, I'm dead. There's really nothing you can do to punish me.
What is going on here? She's being channeled, I think. Delilah Hawthorne. Never thought we'd meet again. I never thought we'd meet like this. But this time, I'll end it. For her and for myself. This is crazy. To be continued! There's a whole thing. I'm taking a break. I thought this trial was going to end right then and there, but apparently there's a to be continued. I can't do this anymore. How much longer is this case gonna take? Yeah, exactly. What the heck? I'm going to take a brain break. This is ridiculous. A lot of things happened today. A lot of stupid things. Delilah dead, not dead at the same time. She is an enigma. She is a devil spawn, a demon, a never dying demon spawn. Only brought to this world to torment the humans. Unfortunate, really unfortunate. Okay, well. I'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Go ahead and take this chance, drink some water to stretch. Take a snack of your own. BRB.